Hello, everybody. How you doing?
How does next year and this year end success, in your opinion?
I think the biggest thing for success as a team is, of course, the national championship. Of course, it hasn't been done yet in the history of Oregon. I feel like this year we're very much talented. Mentally, we're really prepared. Physically, we're prepared, and I feel like just on God's timing, I think this is a great time for just to get a natty and just go from the moment.
How did this offseason compare to your last offseason?
I feel like it's just really when it comes to just meetings, when it comes to just the way you just go on about your days. I feel like college is kind of the same, just the way you just do styles of meetings, practices, and stuff. But here, I feel like Coach Landon has really put in like a criteria of actually appreciating your teammates. We do a lot of get real meetings, really getting to know. Like me getting to know a punter, a kicker, somebody like that. Just people that you really want to be around. And I feel like just that as a team, we've just been really successful just getting to know each other. We had to go climb Spencer's debut. And I feel like that was a great way to connect as a team. So we just do a lot of things like that. And I feel like here, we're better connected. And I really appreciate that.
When you came here, you came kind of knowing maybe you played behind Dillon for a year, and people kind of applaud that and the selflessness of that. Does it surprise you that people find that unusual in today's day and age of college football?
Yeah, I mean, last year I truly appreciate playing as a true freshman. Of course, many times it was, of course, challenging being out there. A lot of mistakes were made, but I feel like the biggest thing as a quarterback is just getting developed. I know being here, especially even with my past coaching staff, especially Coach Kelly, he helped me develop a little bit of talent, of course. But being here, just understand that Dillon's a person I can look up to. He's been in college for a really long time. So just being able to just ask him questions about certain coverages, certain ways he just throws the ball like in this situation. I just really appreciate it. And I feel like as a quarterback room, we're just always never looking at this person's higher than this person. We all just look at it as one big group, and we just learn from each other and appreciate each other a lot.
The expectations are so astronomically high. Let's be realistic about it. How do you manage those, and do you feel that they're justified?
Truthfully, I just put it in God's hands. I mean, I don't really think about many of the biggest, situations now. I just know in this past couple months, I just been putting it in God's hands, letting Him control what He controls. I can only do so much in life, and I just last year was just thinking about trying to make the best throw, trying to make the best read. It's just, of course, put the work in, but really just understanding that I can't control many outcomes, and really just being in the moment and present, and really appreciating, every second I get around being this team.
What are some things you learned from Dillon and Austin and Brock and all the guys there?
I mean, just being these past 6 months or 7 months now, it's kind of the biggest thing is getting to know each other. We're all from across the country, but I feel like the biggest thing, of course, is Dillon's in the room. We kind of treat him like an uncle. He's just always telling us certain things he did in his past. Playing at UCF and OU, and I mean, he just plays so much football, and we just ask him certain questions about certain coverages, certain ways this team played against him, and of course we all watched highlight tapes, so just really just watching him play, you just I appreciate him just being one of the top 10 most throwers in college football for passing yards. So of course the quarterback would love to throw the ball, but I just ask him many questions about just his lifetime, just growing up, really just how he is as a quarterback, just how smart he is, intelligent. So I feel like as a quarterback, when we're out there on the field too, like we're competing overall too. Like we're just out there, who can throw the better ball, who can throw better this and that at third. So I feel like overall as a group, we're just always asking each other questions. Me being a sophomore now, and Austin being a sophomore, the freshman, like Ryder, Luke are just asking us questions, so we're all just learning from each other.
I guess following up on that, he does those dime time things that really seem to build team chemistry. Is that something that you've been exposed to now early? Is that something you'll try to figure out, kind of your own spin on that, maybe going forward?
Yeah, of course. Me and him really putting that together. He's been doing it for years now, so we really appreciate that. Just getting out. We're actually about 2.5 hours away from here, so really being able to, of course, travel through Oregon and be there as a team, just doing, just throwing the ball, but also just kick back, swimming, cook out. So I feel like overall as a great team, great offensive thing, that's a great thing to do, especially with the skills. But for me, like I say, in the future, of course, we all have team bonding things, but I don't know if it'll kind of be the same thing, but I just know that's for sure a great thing that he's doing, and we all appreciate him for sure, and we love the dime time about it.
What do you think? Give him a hard time for being that old head and driving a minivan and being that uncle of the room?
No, we really appreciate it. I know a lot of people would just say, as quarterbacks, we're kind of just all mature because, that's a position that you need to kind of be matured at. So I feel like overall, just seeing him just come around the facility, of course, sadly, when he passed away, I pray, pretty praying for, him and, of course, his girlfriend. So I really just know that he always came in talking about winning. He always came in just talking about his past. And, of course, he's been in college football for so long that he just knows so much. And, of course, he drives a minivan. He just does things like that. And I know for him, he doesn't want to have the fastest car. He doesn't want to have the loudest car. He just wants to be a person that can go pick up his receivers, his tight ends, his teammates, and make sure that they get the work done. And I feel like overall as a quarterback, especially being young, that kind of just puts me in the atmosphere just thinking that that's a really good thing to do as a quarterback.
Is there a game on the schedule that sticks out to you the most, that you're most excited to go to?
All of them. I'm going to enjoy every game. I know last year going to different stadiums, of course, is amazing, especially being from Detroit, not seeing, I was actually in Dallas training, and them high schools down there are like colleges, like they're huge, but just, coming from Detroit, not seeing much, and being able to go to San Diego State and see stadiums like that, or just Utah, just for sure true blessing. So I'm excited for all the games.
Being from Detroit, does your family have big plans when you go out there in November to Michigan?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a lot of family there for sure. Family, friends, old teammates, uncles, everybody. It's for sure gonna be a moment I'm gonna appreciate. Growing up, being able to go to the games at Michigan, being in the maze out, things like that. But I just know being able to play there is for sure gonna be a true blessing, and I appreciate being in the Big Ten for sure.
How would you rate your
Hold on, you have a
performance?
question? I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second.
What's the biggest lesson you think you've learned from Dillon so far?
The biggest lesson, I'll say, is just patience. I feel like really with him, he, of course, has been, like I keep saying, many years of college football, but he kind of just kept being patient and really appreciating every single snap he's gotten, every single, down the football he's played. He just really appreciated it, and that kind of just puts me on the map of course, if this is my year, this is my year. If it's not my year, I'm, of course, redshirt, things of that nature. But I feel like the biggest thing he just told me is patience, and, of course, he just always tells us, ballers ball, so be a effing baller. So I feel like overall we just work so hard, and we're ballers, and I feel like just overall all the hard work you're putting in just translates onto the football field. So I think the biggest thing he told me is patience.
What area on the field do you think you've improved the most from last year to this year?
On the field, I for sure say protecting the ball. Of course, many people know last year mistakes of me throwing picks and pick sixes and things like that. It still haunts me to this day, but I feel like during spring ball I did one really good job of course, checking the ball down when it's needed, protecting the ball, doing that. So I feel like overall I did really good during spring ball doing that. And I know being here, Coach Stein, especially Dillon, and actually being able to go to the Manning camp last month, just being able to talk to Peyton. Peyton has the most interceptions in the NFL as a rookie, and I feel like just talking to him and telling him how his mindset was and how he bounced back, he gave me a lot of feedback, and I appreciate all my resources for making sure I get better every day.
What was it like getting to play in the Justin Herbert celebrity softball game? How would you rate your performance?
My performance, 6 out of 10. I wanted to hit a home run, but I just couldn't do it. And then we had a pitcher from Sheldon, I think, or I don't know where she was from, but man, she was pitching the ball, and then I don't know. When it came out of her hand, I just couldn't see it no more, so it was pretty scary. But overall, being able to meet Justin for the first time, he's a true 6'6". Like, he's huge. I don't even know that, but him and Pat look just alike, and I feel like being able to have the opportunity to play in this game and being out in the outfield, I was pretty good. I was catching everything in the outfield. I was pretty solid, but just being able to play in front of fans and, of course, have his teammates come from, the Chargers is for sure a blessing.
When you hit the trend.
You got a chance to play college football at 25 yet. What's it like playing as yourself if you have?
I mean, just growing up playing NCAA 14, I feel like, of course, nobody had their last names on it, but, me being able to go to Bernard Robinson, put his name, of course, and things like that, it's a true blessing to be able to play in the game now. Of course, the ratings and whatever going on there, I don't really care for. I just know that I'm in the game, and I know I really appreciate that. So, of course, growing up, when I have a son or a kid, of course, you can be able to go back and look at that and just be like, his father was in the game. So I just know I appreciate it a lot. It's very competitive. It's pretty realistic. Sometimes I'll throw a pass and I'll be like, there's no way I threw that. So, it can be kind of on and off. But overall, I for sure enjoy it. Love playing against the teammates and really had a good time.
Gary said that he thought that Trayshawn or Rod were the best players. I think you're the best players here.
The best players? Man, if you really look at our defense, Birch off the edge is insane.
No, the best
Best
players
at playing the game.
actually
Yeah,
playing
best
the game, not
Playing
on
the
the
game
team.
on
Yeah.
the team. Trey's really good. He's for sure. He got me in Madden. We haven't played NCAA yet, but Rod is solid. I don't know. We're all pretty good. I just know nobody has really played me yet, and I'm pretty solid for sure.
When you hit the transfer portal, how big was the relationship you had already established with Coach Lanning and with Coach Stein when you were originally recruiting in terms of actually getting you here to Eugene?
I feel like overall I kind of knew the whole staff, not even just Coach Lanning and Coach Stein. Of course, through the recruiting process of, taking my visits here, especially, Coach Locke, he's at Ohio State now, but I feel like coming into, visiting here after the portal, I felt like it was home already. I knew everybody, knew all the coaches. But just in general, I mean, being able to, talked to Coach Landon and him actually giving me a phone call, not even talking about football, just talking about life. It just really showed his respect of course, he knew at some point he would come back because, of course, he prayed for, like he always told me. But I just understand that I appreciate him a lot. And Coach Stein, of course, he got the job late in my recruiting process, and we was trying to build a relationship within the 2 weeks. But now our relationship is for sure strong. I appreciate him a lot, and he's taught me a lot for sure.
Thanks, Dante.
Thanks, Dante.
Appreciate it.